Yeah, series you should call as Dinosaur King. I'm going real as far as that would be. Maybe not. I just because it's like there would be nobody interested in that.
Isn't that sounds like a show that's like of course Medabots, Digimon, all this stuff is like it's to
Yeah.
sell toys. Dinosaur King sounds like something that's really made to just sell toys.
Oh yeah. Like, of course it's like I
No
don't really
offense if
care.
it's like your
Yeah.
no offense if it's like your childhood like favorite show or something. It just I don't know.
Yeah, I'm like not, too obsessed with like views or whatever, but it's also like, I kind of want to do stuff that's like people kind of care about, just in case.
Yeah, and
Which is why,
people
yeah, we probably also won't ever do like Spider Riders or anything like that.
yeah.
At least not
Medabots
until
isn't
we like, yeah.
Medabots isn't as popular as Digimon, not even by a long shot, unfortunately, but I don't know. We get some views,
Yeah.
right?
Oh yeah, like I'd say maybe eventually, but it's like there's always gonna be stuff that's gonna be more popular and relevant that people like enjoy more than like like the really obscure like old stuff that just has like zero life at all.
Yeah. I enjoy
Yeah.
talking about Digimon, but man, I wish that wasn't the only thing that got views.
Yeah. Oh man, maybe we should like try and cover a more modern series next, after we get through like Extros Wars or something. Like maybe we should like, take a quick look into something like I don't know, like freaking I don't know, Jujutsu Kaisen or like Demon Slayer or something, and just be like, oh yeah, hey, here's a show with good animation that's like new and people like and stuff that people actually have strong opinions about.
Yeah. Out of curiosity, how did Shaman King do?
Uh, Good question. I feel like the answer is very hit or miss.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'll
See
just
that
yeah.
one's if that one didn't do particularly well, that one's weird because that one was like new at the time. It was so new that like the whole
Yeah.
series wasn't out yet.
Yeah, it was like super new. It was a whole thing of like, like that's the thing. It was also kind of like a half-hearted remake, and I think that turned a lot of people off. And that's always the balance, right? It's like we want stuff that's like people care about, but it's also like you can't do something that's like too relevant, or like you'll just go overshadowed by everyone else, and then nobody will care.
Also, people who want to watch it themselves. Then again, we do it on like a weekly basis. They had all the time in the world to watch it week to week.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Let me actually like.
Dang it.
Yeah, this is probably go on the actual episode, by the way.
Okay.
I'm just glancing through. It's like 30, 17, 19, 19. Yeah. Yeah, there's like some episodes that did pretty well. One got like 121. It's like Hal's backstory, So he's got like 170 views, sort of like 13 or so. God, it's because there's like so many of these. This one just got like 7. Yeah, it's kind of like. I mean, it got some views, but it's very inconsistent. It was like very kind of like all over the place, It's not
Yeah.
like made people actually cared that much, but yeah, like we got some people. But yeah, oh god, that hurt. Okay,
You
so
all right?
yeah, no, I'm fine. My mall just freaked out for a second. So yeah,
Oh,
welcome to the Anispective cast, where our motto is you just do your best and forget the rest. That is a quote from Kriisti Yamaguchi, professional American ice skater.
okay. I was like, I don't remember. I get it. I get it now.
That's a great gag for this episode. I'm just going to be trying to work in like a bunch of obscure references because the show did.
That's fine. This one, well, not as fun as the previous one. I still liked it.
Yeah, I don't think I have nearly as much to talk about, but it's nice that we have like one of these one-off characters who feels like a more serious threat, you know?
I wouldn't I wouldn't really call him a threat. The threat in this episode is the freak snowstorm that's so powerful it destroys the school.
It's like still like really atmospheric, and it's still goofy, but it's like it's more of like a kind of serious undertone to it. And they get into the fight, and he's actually fairly strong and kind of a problem.
Yeah, it's just that
like,
I don't know.
Got
this
cool
episode,
design. He's not really like played for laughs that much.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, even if this guy was like the other meta fighter who shows up, even if he wasn't in it, this episode would have been fine.
Freaking Towada, who's introduced by like standing outside in a blizzard while eating shaved ice.
Yeah, this guy is like obsessed with like ice and snow to the point where he's got like an ice themed Medabot.
Oh, it's great. I love him.
The freaking coach is like trudging through the crazy snowstorm in like a tank top.
So yeah, this episode, there is a big blizzard. It's like the entire time the gym teacher is trying to get to the school because he thinks he's late for class. And the school is apparently on like a mountainside or something, or like a cliffside, because he keeps falling down and climbing back up, but we are gonna establishing shot, so it never makes any sense.
It could be like two massive snow drifts because, like I said, this freak snowstorm is so powerful it destroys parts of the school.
Yeah, this is like a crazy yeah.
There's a fun bit where the Screws challenge Icky and friends to a snowball fight. Not much really to go into there, except that Erica's like crazy competitive when it comes to dodgeball and snowball fights.
There actually is something I do want to bring up with this that's really fun. Which is that it's like, as Erica's going on, she's like, oh yeah, it's the time of our youth. It's, we have to have a snowball fight. It's the time to make memories. And in the background, it's playing what seems to be a new insert song specifically for the Screws. Where it's like each of the members is like singing in the background and like the song, It's really good, actually.
Yeah, unlike usual, I did actually notice the music because it's like, oh, this is new and has lyrics, and it's like, oh, this is clearly like the Screws theme.
Yeah, I really hope it comes back. I actually liked it a lot.
I'm also happy to see the Screws more often. I just think they're fun characters.
Yeah. But yeah, they go through a whole thing. Freaking Erica gets super fired up and is just throwing snowballs like a motherfucker. Like she's literally like darting between the snowballs. She is Tohoing the snow. It is like super impressive.
I love the stupid like Toho memes where it's just like the caption is like a Toho fan when it's raining, and it's like an anime like scene where like there's a dude just like feet not moving is like shuffling side to side super fast to avoid the raindrops.
Yeah, crap. I think that's from like Wrong. Yeah, I think that's their name. They do a bunch of like really good little like animations of stuff like that. They have a lot of like fun ones. Yeah,
it's really funny.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, and it's playing like a Toho
Yeah, it's playing
song.
the music.
Yeah.
Oh man. But yeah, like for instance, Snowfight. Somehow Erica loses. Probably like her only loss so far in the series, technically.
Fortunately for her, it wasn't a row battle.
Erica's win rate is still somehow 100%. Never forget it. Yeah. Erica is a beast.
Also, seemingly, like, they didn't establish any snowball fight rules, but I think I get it. It's like both sides have a can on their side, and you have to knock it over. That makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. As you get revealed as they, like, lose the fight and knock the can over. They go to school, they're like, oh, yeah, I'll be late. We have to, like, show up and everything like that. So they show up there, and it's like, okay, everything is snowed in, everything is crap, and yeah. And they get locked inside, and they're like, well, crap, we have to preserve food and supplies because we can't escape because of the snow.
Yeah. So essentially, they're just going through the classrooms trying to keep warm and find food and whatever while they're trapped inside. They find food. Erica and Nikki and Medabots go to find more food, and the screws have eaten all the food.
Yeah. I also want to bring this image up because it's really freaking funny. Because, and of course, yeah. Yeah, is this just it? Yeah, I think this is just it. Yeah. I should mention, I got these images screenshot at like 7 in the morning as I was super sleep deprived and losing it. So, I named them a bunch of weird crap that I do not completely remember. Oh, man. I also kind of overdid it, which honestly is probably not that surprising, but still, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, so the screws are like doing their thing, freaking Icky's doing like his thing and everything. Yeah, eventually they're like, deal with being snowed in, They like managed to like, search around, and they managed to try and like find an area to, get help or whatever. And that's when they run to freaking Tawada, the guy who's like, ready to challenge them, who's been mysteriously outside all this time. And he's like, oh, you finally made, it's time for us to like have our Medabot Robal, if you dare. And Icky's like, are you the one causing this blizzard? And he's like, what if I am? And they're like, what are you? And he's just like, as if a robot could do all of this. It's just freak weather.
Yeah. I think his words when he shows up are like, I came with the snowstorm or something. It's like, nah, he just showed up in a really coincidental time.
Yeah, he just saw that there would be a snowstorm, and he's like, you know what? Heck yeah, this is my element.
Yeah. Meanwhile, the coach, I can never remember his name, but yeah, he was at the school like doing pull-ups because, as he says, snowstorms are good for doing pull-ups or something, or like when it's cold. Yeah,
he's gotta get his body heat back up.
Yeah, and he's trying to hike to the classroom or to the gym the whole time.
Yeah,
and like he actually runs into Tawada, and he's like, hey, are you Icky? And he's like, no, I'm the gym teacher. And Tawada's like, oh, okay, bye. He just walks off without helping him or anything.
It's so good to have him be like the mysterious villain this entire episode. And it's like, oh, so you're... And he's like, no, I have no relation to any of this.
Yeah. And I'm doing this little side tangent for the coach's little bit because it is relevant. He's like, we cut back to him and he's like passed out in the snow, and it's like, oh, that's bad. And then like his like determination as a teacher heats his body and allows him to get up and move forward.
It's such a cool scene.
Yeah, and he's like there's like 5 rules of teaching or something, and it's like he's reciting them as he works himself up and stands to his feet with his eyes like lit up and everything, and it looks really good.
Yeah, and then he's reciting them one by one as the steam around him rises and he gets stronger. He's like, yeah, let's go, dream big, little pig, which is also the children's book that was written by Kiri Uchigami. Kriisti Yamaguchi.
But for a brief moment we cut to like his like inner like vision of like I don't know, just him being a good teacher where like he's drawn super high detailed. It's like,
Yeah.
I hope you got a picture of it.
Yeah, he gets the freaking dream sequence where he's like, I have to save those kids.
Okay, is that before he starts like reciting the things?
Yeah, I think it's before. It's
Okay.
just freaking. It just looks so funny, holy crap. And he's like chasing after something. He's like, I'll save those children. And you see how he like views the children. And it's also just, it's like, holy crap.
Everything about
Oh,
this
man.
little sequence was hysterical.
Oh, this is so good. Just jeez. Oh, man.
I think the funniest is Kikuhime looking like that. where it's
Oh,
like-
yeah.
Although Icky's like buck teeth kind of thing going on is really
It's
funny.
really good. Oh, man.
But yeah, he finds the will to move on. Cut back to Icky about to fight Tawada. And just like, look, now's not the time. It's like, oh yeah, well, we're gonna fight anyways or whatever.
Yeah. Just
And I don't know. I think they would have been in the right to be like, I'm not fighting you right now. We're kind of in a crisis.
yeah, but don't worry, Mr. Referee is here to ordain the row battle. As he shows up. And
Oh my god! Speaking of he's being ordained to like do the row battle. There's like a scene in the previous episode where it shows like Icky and I already forgot her name. We moved on.
yeah,
and I forgot her name.
Nanako.
The girl. Yeah, Nanako. It's a little scene where they're like getting married and like Mr. Referee is like the priest.
Oh yeah,
like-
it's so good.
I forgot to mention it. Okay,
Oh,
sorry.
man.
Go ahead.
It's fine. It's fine. But yeah, Mr. Referee shows up dressed as Kriisti Yamaguchi. Oh,
okay.
man. No, but here's what
And
he
I thi-
actually
I think-
looks like. Yeah.
I think he shows up and his first words are just Kriisti Yamaguchi.
Just
like
straight
just
off.
no
Just
context.
straight off.
there's the translator notes at the top.
This is more random and surprising than the time Kriisti Yamaguchi played Jasmine in Aladdin on Ice. It's so
This-
forced.
There's this, and then there's like the baseball player from the previous episode who I assume is a
Oh,
real
man.
person because they also at the top of the screen is just like, yeah, he's a Japanese baseball player. like
Yeah.
I don't know.
God.
There's just a thing where they keep referencing real life people. It's funny.
Yeah. Man, I actually did research so I could get references and stuff for the bit. And yeah, like
I can
she actually is like kind of an influential figure. Well, apparently she was like born with like freaking like what was it called? Yeah, she was born with clubfoot and had to like wear a cast for a lot of her childhood. It was like really fucked up by it.
Huh.
And she like, just went through a whole thing. She like managed to like win the gold medal and everything. And it's like because it was the time before the whole like ice skating horrible meta of just shoving out disposable athletes that are too young to compete to just do like triple axles and fuck up their legs. She actually had like a pretty long career. Like, apparently in, like, 2018, she just showed up and did, like, a whole, like, like, dance sequence on Dancing with the Stars. So she's, like, still out there doing stuff. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. Good reference.
Pretty good. I'm guessing, just based on her name, I'm guessing she's of Japanese descent. And
Yeah,
that's why,
I forget
probably
if
more
she's-
so why
Yeah.
they're familiar with her.
She might be like, I forget what like the Wikipedia page just said like American Asian descent, which could be like Japanese or
Okay.
Chinese. So it's like,
Right.
yeah, but it makes sense. Yeah, I assume she is. There's a lot of people that like ruined for her because it's like, oh yeah, she's like of like Asian descent, so it's like she became kind of like a local like Japanese celebrity of sorts, or at least a figure they're
Okay.
like like familiar with.
Right. Yeah, it's just, I don't know, it's just something I couldn't help think of, but it's like American figure skater with a Japanese name.
Oh
I
yeah.
think.
Yeah, it's the great melting pot.
Yep, sure is.
But yeah,
So yeah, we have a row battle.
they have a row bell. We're pretty immediately freaking no, not yeah, this is the one. Yeah. Freaking Frappe just sort of like pretty quickly just like shoots Medabots and just freezes him. And in my mind, it's like, oh shit. Does like this means Icky should have probably just lost right here, huh? Because Medabots cannot continue battling. They have
Probably
stopped him from moving.
There's probably a short amount of time where it's just like, I don't know if they can move, or like you have to like throw in.
Yeah, is there like a chance that they can escape from this, Like, is there a chance they can like regain their like functionality? But it's like, yeah, it feels like, like Icky could have totally just lost here. As he's sitting there, Mr. Referee's like, yeah, do you concede, do you forfeit the match? And like, Frappe's just beating on Frozen Mubby. And it's like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna like trash him. And I have concern for Medabots, surprisingly. Like, cause he actually does care. Icky is just like, okay, well, I'll just forfeit then. And before he can say the words, Icky is saved in the final moments. Like, he is saved in the best way possible. Because the freaking gym teacher just shows the fuck up. falls through the ceiling and just lands on Frozen Mubby to heat him up with his boiling hot fighting spirit. And the entire time, yeah.
He's just like, he realizes that like, so he thinks he's found Icky, and he's like, oh, I found you, whatever, like I'm here to help, or we're gonna do gym, I'm gonna teach you kids or whatever. And then he sees it's Medabots. He's like, how many times have I told you not to bring your Medabots to school? Or like, he's going to say that, and then like Frappe shoots him or something, and he goes flying.
But he saves Mubby just in time for Mubby to be like, okay, let's do this. And Icky's like, alright, yeah, shoot your horn missiles, cause an avalanche, and we'll just bury him. And hilariously, once he's buried, like, Frappe sticks his head out, and Mubby's just standing there with his gun like, well, you wanna continue this, do ya, punk? And Frappe just, like, waves a little white flag out of the top of his head, which is adorable.
And also a weird feature of your Medabot, but whatever.
Yeah, it's fine, it serves enough of a function right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, Icky wins, and there's honestly not much else to talk about outside of just making more Kriisti Yamaguchi jokes. God. I'm trying to think on the fly, and I've just come up with it's like, this was more of a failure than the time Kriisti Yamaguchi showed up in the Mighty Ducks 2, and I don't even know if that movie flopped. So it's literally just for the sake of the gag.
They do kind of like initially they kind of leave off, and it's like, oh, but the screws are still trapped in there. Actually, apparently the coach went into the school, found them, and made them like run up a hill for like gym or whatever.
Yeah, he makes them
Like-
run off that food.
Yep. And that's it. That's pretty much it. I think
Oh,
Medabots
man.
gets the head parts.
Yeah, he gets the head parts. Yeah, I should mention, like, the Takoyaki episode, he gets the leg parts. So
Which I
maybe
thought
just,
he-
yeah,
I-
he had them. He just has 2 sets of
Okay.
octopus legs now.
Interesting. Yeah, because I was like, wait a minute, those are the ones he already has.
I guess the parts you get really are random, huh?
I guess they'll probably bring it back. Somebody's probably gonna need octopus legs or something, and it's like, hey, we got a
We
spare.
have to do a tag match with Erica, and they both bust out the octopus legs.
Yeah.
Oh,
But yeah,
man.
not as good as the previous one, but still fun episode. I liked it.